time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf violent? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking him over the head, stop him. Do whatever you have to do to stop him. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate. He's violent.
Black skin, white mask. Already know that life gets hard. And they say that we're used to the harshness. If it wasn't for the pain, I'd laugh. Truth is, we knew about light before dark. Turned music to art and taught everyone to dance. There's still no chance. Freedom must be too much to ask. Bleeding from the ache in my heart. Sometimes I wish it was whites in the middle like France. No, I'm not racist, just jarred. Got hate before bush, not plants. They say we should leave it all in the past, but my brother's still dying on the end, so I can't. So if my attitude stinks, don't ask, cause a hashtag won't help you understand my stance. Fuck a melody. This is real rap if you ever see. Head hot, cause the system won't let me be. Tell me how I thrive in a place that don't cherish me. And they wonder why we all need therapy. Pre the energy. Just another nigga to Penelope. And they don't get it how we bottom of the barrel and still drip sauce on the world, no recipe. Weight of the world on my shoulders. All the pressures in life still tightly holding. We pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers. But the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken. Never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit. Oh, you know we all been chosen.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Forgive me if you don't understand. Sorry, I'm just misunderstood. Punished if I try to take a stand. Meanwhile, my friends dying in the hood. And you can say that we're killing ourselves, but the truth is they're killing us still. How you saying Black Lives Matter, but never took a moment to help. Just a trend that you post for yourself. And yeah, it takes a toll on my health, cause I want wealth like everyone else. But it's 10 times harder for me. And they wonder why my brothers put food on a scale. Yeah, when I die, I'll see heaven, that's real. Cause we already living in hell. Wish I could share all the pain I felt. Oh well, I guess I won't speak till my scars do heal. I just wanna be black with a meal. Yeah, that's for every time I had no meals. Cause my mother couldn't keep up the bills. With a handful of kids, no home, just a cell. And I don't care if conscious don't sell. Knowledge brings height to an elf. Went from sitting on thrones to a cell. Been blessed, man, it wasn't by chance we fell. Weight of the world on my shoulders. All the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers. But the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken. Never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit. Oh, you know we all been chosen.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yes, blessed love, my people. Blessed love, blessed love, blessed love. Weight of the world on my shoulders. Pure libation for all of the fallen soldiers. Yeah, ain't never gonna fall, fuck folding. That's my baby's words. I love that little girl. I love her music. Yes, 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 my people. Hi. I'm laughing today because today is going to be a landmark day. It's going to be a landmark day because it is actually going to be our last live until at least around September time, I reckon. So, you know, maybe around that time. So let's call it autumn. Let's call it autumn, end of the summer, autumn. I'll repeat, as I said last week, we will be doing impromptu members only lives. They will come up because I've no doubt there's going to be stuff that we still need to talk about. That, like I said, they won't be scheduled, they won't be regular, but they will be impromptu as and when they're needed. And they will only be members' lives. They will not be, yeah, I know, Cara, but yeah. I know Kara's saying, what? I would encourage everyone to please keep contacting me on Instagram, because I'm still going to be taking my messages. I'm still going to be gathering testimonies and stories and whatever. But unfortunately, there'll be a backlog and those stories will not be heard until the autumn. We've been doing this now since November. I think it was the 26th or the 27th of November 2020 that we first done the Vincent Rat call out. I was in Tanzania. It was 2.5 years ago. What are we in now? May. Yeah, call it 2.5 years ago. So I need a break, people. You know, what people need to try to get to understand or get their heads around is the fact that, you know, I pop up on a Friday, but during the week, it's about taking calls. It's about speaking to people. It's about testimony after testimony after testimony. And I work full time, life, like, do you know what I mean? Along the way, that has been the case. So I'm taking time out. I've also just started in the last few weeks a master's, another one. So I'm doing that as well. And I kind of just need that space, people. Please forgive me. I'm seeing a lot of people going in the comments. We will be back, don't worry. And also we're going to be using that time to focus on the projects that we always talk about, the helpline, the paedophile hunting group, you know, all of those things. Really, it's a break, but it's not a break, Angor. Thank you. It's going to be a kind of semi-break with some work thrown in around the campaign, but not necessarily the Friday night lives, which does take a lot of time. You know, there's a lot of phone calls that go into that. A lot of, as I say, evidence gathering, you know, and you know what that looks like. So thank you, Cara. We forgive you. And yeah, I just need a break. I need to kind of pay baby Afua some mine. And, you know, not that she's been neglected, but she was so used to her Saturday slots and her Friday slots or whatever. It's been a little bit kind of, you know, look, I just need to find out how his time is up fits into my life rather than my life fitting into his time is up. That is the easiest way I can say it to you people. And it's really interesting, actually, because something came out this week and I thought, how interesting the way that the universe delivers things. As I say, for those of you that's been on the journey from day one, I did not choose this. I was minding my own business, having a great time sunning myself while the rest of the world was on lockdown. I was having a great time sunning myself in Tanzania, and information came to me that moved me to such a level that when I went on my knees and prayed about it, and when I reached out to the ancestors and poured my libation and asked them, every single element told me to call out Vincent Rat. You know, and from that day until now, it has been a complete and utter roller coaster of a ride. It really, really has. So I need to kind of wind back a little bit, look at some of my priorities, look at what it is, you know, that I was focused on around that time, and kind of just reclaim a little bit of that. That's what it is, because it completely took over my life and the life of my children and the life of my loved ones. It has done. And anyone who knows me knows that when I do something, I do it wholeheartedly. You know, if I'm going to pick it up, if I bother to pick it up, know that I'm going to pick it up and give it my all, give it my life. So that's kind of what I've done. And I need to take just a little one, you know, because we ain't going nowhere. But something happened today. Was it yesterday or the day before, I think now? Mr. Dirty Vincent Paedophile Rat. Someone sent me a screenshot, because I certainly don't sit down on his page, and he hasn't posted since those times, since we kind of turned him out and all the rest of it. I haven't been sent anything. So I know he hasn't posted, because obviously we've got our people that watch things, you know? So imagine my shock and my horror, people, and my surprise and my disgust when I was sent this 2 days ago. Look at this. Read that. Take that in. Look at this fool and what he's saying. So this happened a couple of days ago on his page. He says, I am one of the most powerfulest. I mean, he sounds like he's in reception class, because that is not a word. Someone put on a comment on the comment under Instagram. I put this up on Instagram a couple of days ago, and they put, I'm reading this in my dunce pedo voice. Yes, absolutely. I am one of the most powerfulest militant men in the community. Anything you want to know about me, ask me now. Question mark. Not sure why that is a question. Face to face. Question mark. Don't wait until I've gone in the universe, then continue all the allegations against me, the lies. Ask me. Does this man really have the audacity to be trying to relaunch himself? This is the part that I'm actually really, really interested in, people. Does he really have the audacity to want to relaunch himself? He's also put up, if you want to go over there and have a look, Vincent Rat, or Vincent Atkins, actually, on Facebook, you'll find him. He's got a few accounts. It's the one that's got a kind of poster-looking thing on it with poor brother Andrew that he put up there without his permission. Brother Andrew from Nation of Islam. Formerly of Nation of Islam, but the educator brother. Educator, instigator. I can't even remember. I'm so sorry, brother Andrew. But everyone knows brother Andrew Muhammad anyway. It's the one with a picture of him on it. And as I say, he put that up without brother Andrew's permission. I just can't even believe the gall of this guy. And what I'm saying is, yeah, are Brixton really going to allow this man to relaunch himself? He's got stuff up about, he's having a go at Blacker Dread about Blacker Dread's own son, who got shot many, many years ago. He wants to kind of launch some kind of, I don't know, anti-gun crime protest in Blacker Dread's son's name, even though it's not his son, and Blacker Dread hasn't endorsed it. He's cussing off the man for not endorsing the event. So he's trying to kind of piggyback himself on Blacker Dread's son that happened about 20 bloody years ago or whatever it was now, and relaunch himself. And he's saying something about, he's kind of renamed or revamped Rat Security. People, Brixton, really? Are the mandem in Brixton really going to make this nasty man come back? Listen, I've done my bit. That's all I've got to say to you people. Yeah, I cannot make the women that I've spoken to take it further and go to the police. Most of them want to stay under the radar because they're so shook of this guy, and it looks like he's finding his footing again. But there is a clue in kind of what he's saying. You kind of got to, when they say the devil is in the details, if you look closely, people, have a look again and see what he says here. He says, don't wait until I've left in the universe to come with your lies or whatever. He knows they're not lies. Now, remember, there was always a rumor that Vincent Rat had been diagnosed with prostate cancer, which I found very fitting for it to be in that part of his body. But there was always a rumor around that. And I just find it really interesting. People got to have eyes, reading between the lines. Yeah, exactly, George Ed. But read between the lines. Do you understand me? Because he's saying, don't wait until I'm gone in the universe. Why would you actually say that? I just find it, under the circumstances, a really, really interesting thing to talk about. Do you understand what I'm saying? I find it really interesting. So we're going to go in tonight, my brothers and sisters. Don't think we ain't going out with a bang. We're going to talk about the Tony Clark case. I'm going to fully update you guys on what's been going on with that and how much injustice is surrounding that thing. I deliberately didn't hype the live and I deliberately didn't advertise what I was going to really be talking about because I didn't want nobody thinking that they could come and sideline it or try to put a stop to it in any way, shape or form. And it's good because you see all the passive seekers, they're not here. Maybe they'll come later. People share, don't they? But we're going to be talking about that. And as far as I'm concerned, shame on you, Brixton. Shame on you. Shame on the people of Brixton to make this dirty man still be walking up and down thinking that he can chess it with people. It's absolutely despicable. But what's even more despicable for me, hey. So imagine when I get another screenshot, people, and guess who's commenting on the page? Guess who? I'll give you one guess. Let me see if anybody guesses it. Guess who actually dared to put a comment under Vincent Rat's Facebook post. Just guess. I want to see if anybody can guess it before I put it up. Unbelievable people. No shame. I just can't even understand it. And this is part of the reason I need a break as well. I just can't take the toxicity with these people. You know, I can't take the way that the community is asleep. Oh, no, that would have been the obvious one, Sarah Grand. 2 more chances, people. No, everyone's saying brown sugar. It's not. It's someone from a long time ago. And it's a man. Ha. Zaza, real empress, might be onto it still, unless you've seen it. Ha ha, there we go. Charmaine Char. Yeah, I think that's what you're trying to say, even though the spelling is wrong. Nah, like, forget Bionic Steve. And he's just, 1 minute he's apologizing to me for his behavior, and next minute I'm being sent a new video of him trying to run down something to do with Afra Belly and the sister that came on and shared her story. So he's hella confused. No, Charmaine got it. It's this guy, Darren James, aka Dardest. I was like, drop me down with a feather. I can't deal with these people. So he says, make me what is it? I gotta bring this up to see this. I have to do it in the voice, people. I have to do it in the shouty voice, guys. Darren Dardest Puppy Shaw James. Make me and you sit down, Vincent, like you say, face to face. Give the community your truth. Let's do it. They're waiting, the realest interview ever given to the community. Dardest TV. For fuck's sake, people. For fuck's sake. Honestly. You know, and I can't even believe the gall of these people, the audacity. I don't know which is worse, Dardest or Pedo Vincent. Are you really going to give this man a platform, Dardest? Because your platform is going to be glorifying him. We've seen it. Do you understand? Sorry, guys. It wasn't my finest rendition. It wasn't my finest imitation, I should say. Impersonation. Yeah. You see, are you really going to do that? The dirtiest, lowest of the low, as if Peter Bailey wasn't bad enough. You really are going to give Rat a platform and talk about what? How man was running Rat security and man was a Don and a G back in the day. You're a disgrace. You people have got no shame whatsoever. Because the only platform, and that's what I actually said to them. Here's my response to Dardest, actually. Let me show that. So that's what he was saying. Yeah? Unbelievable. First of all, I replied to Rat. And my thing was, we want to ask you some questions actually face to face. And I think it's about time. Don't you, Vincent? I'll reach out. Which I have attempted to do. And then I replied to Dardest because I'm not having any of that with him. You know, how dare you? So I basically say to him, and I'm not really up to commenting on people's posts and pages, you know, I'm not really into it. But I've said to him, if it's anybody he needs to face with, it's us. Hashtag his time is up. We've asked him to face us in a constructive manner time and again, but he refuses. You, Dardest, when you say community, I want to know which community you speak of because it ain't yours. You don't give a fuck about our community and the carnage that has destroyed our people. And there's a little bit more to it. Hold on, let me just get that up, people, the second bit. The carnage that has destroyed our people. You know, he doesn't give a damn. Does not give a damn. It's all about his clicks, views, whatever it is. Where's the other one? So I basically say, you don't give a damn about the carnage that's destroyed our people. You just feed off all the toxicity for clicks and views. None of it affects your seed, your generational line. You need to step off, boy. Have you not learned your lesson after Peter Bailey? I mean, hasn't he, though? Hasn't he? Brixton, honestly, if you guys allow Vincent Rat to really come and bright up himself in your venues and on your doors and back on the street and thinking that he can run community initiatives in the name of righteousness and all the rest of it, then you're no better than him. I swear down, it's just too much. I raised the issue, yeah? I put it on the lips of everybody. I changed the narrative in the community that people started to talk out about it now. But now they want me to be CPS. They want me to be the police. That, you know, people are still leaving them kind of idiot comments on my page. Like I'm the victim. Like I can go and give the police my story. I don't have a story with Vincent Rat. You understand? I don't have a story with him. All I can do is pass on what has been told to me. That's all I can do, people. That is all I can do. Yeah, and that is what we did. And we did that en masse. Why was it that 17 women that were sent to the police on our behalf? Do you understand? Women that had come to us scared, whatever they were doing, that we encouraged, that we coaxed, that we coached at the time from Tanzania to go to the police station at Brixton. How comes it is that all but one, and that one wasn't even a historic one, came back to us and said they don't trust these people and that they were discouraged. They were told that it was a waste of time. The corruption in Brixton police, the corruption. And because I lick out against them, how many times did they try to come to my door to try to arrest me on trumped up charges? Until in the end, Watley's baby father gave them the window that they needed. 11 and a half hours. And I'm suing, by the way. I want $1,000 for each hour I was in there. Yeah. How about that? How about that? But Dirty Rat is really good. This is what makes me know that this guy is a fully fledged psychopath. He really needs a diagnosis. And I suspect, though, that he is dying now. I suspect that the prognosis is a bit bleaky for him. And that's why he's making a final hurrah, a final stand. And don't think, if you do live past this rat, don't think that we're not still working in the background to make this happen. The other day, Punroy, remember him? We talked about him last week, and he's on the page at the moment. 4 years. 4 years from the point, we only called him out 2.5 years ago. He was around, I think he was the next guy after Rat that got called out. He was the next one after that. Yeah? That was 2.5 years ago. It was a year before that it had actually happened, that he was reported to the police. So that is now 3.5 years in. Let that marinate, people. 3.5 years in. Yeah? It's only now that that guy has been charged. Yeah? And praise God that there was enough evidence to charge him. Praise God that his baby mother was clever enough to entrap him and secretly record him, trying to beg her back. And in that bid to get her back, he admitted what he had done. Otherwise, there would be no evidence in that case. It was going on for 2 years and before the victim spoke out. There would be none. And yet another one would go by the wayside and go unpunished. That's what it is. And that's what Vincent Rat is relying on. Now, unless you women come forward again and rethink what you're doing, he will get away with it. He will. Because you guys don't have any material evidence. Some of you do. I've been looking for a look at something tonight, actually. I'm going to put it up again in the members lounge. I did put it up once on A Live on here. And I think I put it up once on a live on Instagram back in the day when we used to do the Instagram lives. But it was basically a screenshot of one of his baby mothers, who's quite a well-known person in Brixton. And it's basically a screenshot of her Facebook profile. It's got her date of birth, and it's a screenshot of her son's Facebook profile. It also has his date of birth. That son is got Vincent Rat's surname. He's never denied him. It's definitely his son. And you can see the youth was only 13 years old, barely 14. I don't think she'd even turned 14. She was 14 that year that she had the youth. So you breed her when she was 12 years old, Vincent. And that's the only question that I need to ask, you know? And there are lots of examples like that with this guy. Did you or did you not breed that girl when she was 12 years old? Yes or no? Can't deny it. You've owned the youth. The youth's got your surname. He hangs about with your other sons. It's a wrap. And people like Dades want people like him on his platform. You see the corruption, people. You see the corruption. And the fact that people are just letting it all go over their heads. You know, the youths them are busy stabbing up their one another. Meanwhile, a man like them is walking around. I'm done. I'm done. I am so done. I am so done. So done. You know, in a 40-year reign of terror, nobody had ever spoken out against this man in public. Oh yeah, in silos they did it, in hush circles they did it. Of course they did. Of course they did. But nobody had ever confronted him. Nobody had ever stood up to this nasty piece of work. I did one video and suddenly the whole of Brixton wanted to stand up to him. You know, those voice notes and the outpouring that came out of that community went way more viral than my video. I don't think the video would have even gone that viral had it not been for the wave of testimony that came behind the video. Really, let's have it right. Do you understand? So with all of that going on, all that outpouring and all of what came afterwards, the fact that people just kept speaking about their experiences growing up in Brixton at the hands of various different men. You know, we've come that far. And what people don't seem to understand, oh, well, where's the result? Well, the result lies with you guys. The result lies with you guys seeing it through, not just talking to me and allowing me to stand in the gap for you. You have to see it through. I suggested that we all go up to Scotland Yard, but we got an aversion when it comes to police, and quite rightly so, because Brixton police cannot be ruled out in this. They did not even try to investigate him, but we all know why. The man is a grade 1 police informant. That's it. Make sure you lot screenshot this live tonight, you know, because they will come for it. They will come for it. This live tonight, people. Whoever's going to screenshot, make sure you people screenshot it and send it all around WhatsApp. That's what I want you lot to do for me as my parting gift. That's what I want you guys to do. Yeah? When I come back in the autumn, we'll examine the impact of that. Make sure that you spread this live. Make sure you put it up on all your socials, because they're going to try it with this live tonight. I'm not having it anymore. I'm sick of this system that supports paedophiles. I'm sick and tired to my very stomach of this system that supports filthy paedophiles. And the people that stands up to it, the people like me that put our heads above the parapet, there's people that have died trying to expose these people. You know, the threats are real. Don't think the threats ain't real. But as I say, as the Father and the Creator is my witness, I fear no one but He. Come, if you know I come, because I'm protected by the Most High One. I fear nobody today. And you lot are supposed to have realized that by now. As if. And I certainly don't fear the powers that be in this country. We bun them because they're the work of Satan. And don't let me go into it. We're going to be having some serious members' lives, you know, people. Bun them. Bun Babylon and all that dwell within it. Yeah? Call me mad if you like. Bun a lot of you. You think I come by you lot's rules? I don't come by you lot's rules. I don't walk with the rule of man. I walk with the rule of the Most High living God. That's who I walk with. Remember that. Remember that. You understand me? But we're going to get back to that in a minute. I want to talk about this nasty piece of work. Now, you guys must remember this character, and the character he was indeed. We're going to get back to the rest of it in a minute. Don't worry, because I just got a signal that our guest who's coming on tonight, you guys have met her before. She's just landed, so she's in place now to jump on. As soon as she jumps on, we'll go. Remember him? Remember Kev? Remember him? Like sweet as a nut. Do you know what I mean? Like sweet as a nut. She remember Kevin. You guys must remember that fool. You guys must remember the way that he was trying to defend himself, trying to call sister a liar, bright enough to come up on the screen. You see how these people roll? Just like Vincent's trying to bright up himself at the moment. This is how they roll, because they think that's what you do when you're not guilty. It is what you do when you're not guilty, but you better come convincing. This guy has now been arrested again. I'm done. Again, for pretty much all of what sister had accused him of in the first place. Yeah. And she would tell her story about what she will tell her story. She's just firing up her laptop right now. I've just got a message. She will tell you what's been going on, you know, what's happened on the back of him being arrested now. Do you see the system? I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here, honestly. She will tell you it's just disgraceful, because if you guys remember rightly, the way that she was asking the police and everybody else to safeguard her, you know, and they had absolutely no intention whatsoever of doing that. No intention. So they've left sister to fend for herself. You understand? They've left sister to fend for herself. and allowed him to roam free. And if you remember rightly, her contention was, I don't have proof of that personally, but her contention was that he was also a police informant, just like that sewer rat there, Vincent Rat. So who knows? Who knows? I didn't get a screenshot of this one, but Vincent Rat had the gall actually to be looking out against people and saying that, you know, he's against anybody that chats to stay on road. And I was thinking, really? Spot, meaning chats to stay on road. For those of you that don't know, that's a term that is talking really about police informants. That's what I'm saying. They project. They continuously project. You know, it's a little bit like that, the crazy one, Donna, who might have been locked up by now, actually. Oh, sugar. That reminds me of something I've got to do. Yes, by next week. That crazy one, Donna, who's due to be locked up, hopefully. Plastic titty Donna, accusing everyone of being a crackhead. Well, actually, you're the only one who's got a crack problem out here. Your behavior certainly tells us that. But yeah, everybody's a crackhead. This is what they do. So Vincent Rat's going around calling people informer and saying that they chat to stay on road. Really, Vincent? You invented it. I swear you're the original informer in the black community. I swear you were the first. You must have been. Do you know what I mean? You are the informer extraordinaire. It's the worst kept secret in the black community. Informer extraordinaire, Vincent Rat Atkins. Please don't let him rise South London. He can't come across the water and go on with his rubbish. Remember Vincent Rat? Yeah? Remember when you came onto Broadwater Farm in 1993? And it was at the when we brought Khalid over. We brought Khalid Mohammed over into the country. Not you, we. Into the country, even though he was banned by the British Home Office. We smuggled him into the country, a cohort of us, and made him come and stand up and speak on historic ground on Broadwater Farm Community Centre. Some idiot within the detail, because Farrakhan decided that he wasn't going to allow British FOI to protect Brother Khalid, and that's when me and Farrakhan parted company, by the way. When he did that to Khalid, in the same way that Elijah Muhammad took away Malcolm X's detail from around him and laid the way for him to be assassinated, Farrakhan tried to pull the same move on our brother Khalid Muhammad. It happened. It went down in London. And because of that, because there was a lack of security detail around the brother, somewhere within our organization, don't ask me who to this day, I don't know who made that stupid move, but clearly not someone who knew South London, somebody booked Rat Security. Somebody booked them. So imagine our shock horror, those of us that did know that we're trying to kind of sort this thing out. And I was like, oh my God, why would you bring Rat Security to an event such as this? Within that, big shot man them, I'm not even going to tell you what the relationship between me and that brother is, but let's say it's very close, and it ain't sexual and it ain't none of that, but it's mad close. Kingpin of Broadwater Farm, I ain't going to say his name right now. He probably wouldn't want me to say it on live. But he came up and Vincent Rat knew him from road as a South London man to a Tottenham man now, because he's on his territory in Broadwater Farm. And he tried to bright up himself with the brother. Brother said, all right, don't worry. He went back and got a Mac 10 and blew Vincent Rat out of Broadwater Farm, quick, sharp, never see the man move so quick. Yeah? That's who your bogeyman is, Brixton. That's who your bogeyman is, Brixton. Cross the water. He ain't shit. And you people need to stop giving him his hero status because he knows where your mum lives and he can terrorize your yard and whatever. Come together. I said it before, I say it again. I gave the analogy of the film Friday when the whole community comes out and stands up to Debo. You people need to come together. I get that you live next door to him and he knows where your mum lives and whatever else. I get all of that. But if you people were not so divided and you were able to come together for yourself, you'd get him out in a minute. That's all I've got to say. He can't come and try that shit east of Brixton, north of Brixton, west or northwest of Brixton. Know that. He can't try it. Try it, Vincent. Come over farm and try that again. Come for me across the water. Do that. Do that. Dirty paedophile. You're a nonce. That's what you are. Dirty nonce, bro. And I'm not afraid to say it. I will call you that time and time again until I draw my last breath, and know that it won't be at your hands, because you're a devil. You serve the nasty things of this realm. You serve the ways of Satan, and I serve the ways of the Most High. So none of your obia, none of your little nasty threats, none of whatever it is that you do to intimidate women is going to work on me. You're a nonce. That's what you are. And the people, them are the ones that's giving you wings. Yeah? Brixton's just got talk. I'm sorry, but it's true. Plenty that. When it comes to the real action they're supposed to be doing, they're not doing the right thing. You understand? We weren't having him come and come on the brother's ends, deny him entry into an important event like that, all because you think you can strong arm and bully people. Brother got his gun and I don't wrong him. Don't wrong him. Went and got his piece. And Vincent Rat had to keep it moving. Keep it moving. You think that could have ever happened in Brixton? Think anybody would dare do that to Vincent Rat? This is why I said in the first video, he's your bogeyman, he's not mine. I am not from Brixton. I did not born and grow there. It's a place where I come and come big in myself and know. Do you understand? From a teenager. I didn't grow on the ends. I wasn't at that kind of risk. I wasn't in that kind of conditioning and mindset that sees dirty little nonces like him as some kind of hero. Do you understand? I'm from East London. We grew up with Cockney, white man, and under fives and ICF and that kind of thing in the 80s. And you think you could be the craze from they know you're a nonce, they're going to hang you from the nearest tree. That's how it works in how we grew up. Do you understand? You could be bad man little more. From the time we find out you're a nonce, you're done. That's how I grew up. So south of the river, Brixton, it weren't like that. Man was given hero status for being a rapist. Man was given hero status for terrorizing his own community. We invented in East London the term wrong'un. If you're a wrong'un, you're just a wrong'un. End of argument. You know what I'm saying? We grew up with the National Front and Rosemary King, and maybe that's why we were so together. Ain't it Hurricane Toya? When you have to listen, when you're coming home from school, yeah, and you're a first year, which is the equivalent of year 7 right now, and you hear as you come around the corner, you hear them before you see them, skewed like 100 strong, and you're walking with your 10 black friends. Know that there's unity in the moment. Yeah, that's how we grew up, and I'm actually grateful for it now, because the rest of it, I don't know what was going on. I actually don't. It's unbloody believable. I don't know the concept of the mandem en masse as a culture, because we're not saying things don't go on every ends, they do. And I've had a few that we've called out from East London. Look at Marcus Nasty. You know, he came kind of the generation afterwards trying to emulate people from South London. But, you know, we really didn't have that level. I can't think back. I can think back to 1 and 2 wrong-uns when I was growing up as a teenager, mandem in my area. But generally, I don't remember us getting terrorized to them levels. Week after week after week for 2.5 years, all I've heard about for the most part is the atrocities that have gone down with the men of Brixton and the surrounding areas. What the hell? And it doesn't seem to be easing up or letting up anytime soon. Doesn't seem to be letting up. I mean, I understand that one there. Let's try and hear from Sister Lorraine so she can update us about what's been going on with Sabarosh. If I was organized and I really knew technology, I would have actually played a little clip from the live. That would have been really cool. These are the things that we're going to be working on. When we come back in the autumn, guys, it's going to be a new look. Afua Speaks Community Conversations. It's going to be a new look, everything. And it's it's going to be an interesting journey. Right, give me a minute, guys. I'm going to call Sister, see if she's with us, if she's ready, so that we can move it on. And I can get a chance to upload something that I need to share. So give me 2 seconds, people, 2 seconds. Right, sister's having a few technical difficulties. So she needs me to put the link out potentially. And I'm going to put that out. And anyone who wants to jump on, actually, in the interim, while we're waiting for sister to join, have a quick little say. Tell me what you think about Vincent Rat's latest efforts. Do you not think the man is completely off his head? This is just unbelievable. We're kind of treading water at the moment, waiting for sister to come in, people. Right? So there's the link anyway, if anyone wants to kind of jump on. It's in the chat. Can you see it? Yeah. All right, let me put that up on the screen. Oh, God, I hate when it does that. Just jumps. You guys are commenting all the time, so I lose it sometimes. There we go. There we go. So jump on if you want. An evening, Royston. Blessed love, my brother. You done know? Done know? If you ever know how I want to let off on everybody tonight, my brothers and sisters, honestly, I'm really feeling the vibes for that. Paula makes me laugh. She's saying Vincent's drinking some rat juice. Nothing near him, so he's scavenging around in the dustbins, that's for sure. Double D, can you imagine? The man bright and fierce. I'm just actually gobsmacked. Because I really thought that he'd realised now that he really can't be jumping around trying to do what he does. I'm sickened by it. And I'm sickened by the lack of response from Brixton people as well. I'm sorry, I am. Put the victims one side. We know their trauma. What about the Mandem? It's the Mandem I'm really talking about. Why are you not really going to do this? Just sit in the shadows and let it happen. You watch there. You must think he's done. Wait till you get a lease of life and start terrorizing the data them again. Then you're going to find out. Unbelievable, man. It's just not good enough. It really isn't. It's an absolute travesty. You know? About community leader. I'm the most powerfulest man. What I done, man. Huh? Powerfulest. The time you took to be terrorizing people, Pitney, and I rape off them girl, Pitney, you should have gone to school. You're dunce, narrated. Not in the mood tonight, people. I'm so not. Sister's still not joining. No one's jumping on. No one got nothing to say. All right. Unbelievable. You know, and I do want to start posting. While we're away, we're going to be posting on Instagram more than likely, and probably put a few posts on the community wall here. But we're going to be showing our successes, because when we really added it up, we've got more successes than we haven't. It's just because people ain't seen the big names go down. People like Vincent Rat and this one and that one. Oh, you lot ain't getting no results. We've had lots of results, actually. We really have. And it does take a few years. And if you're looking at somebody like him, it took 10 years to bring the whole Epstein's empire down. 10 years of investigation because of the scale of it. So how long do you think? I don't even think these people have even started their bloody investigation with it anyway. They say they have. I check in from time to time. They say they're still doing inquiries. They're just chatting rubbish. Because you know what they rely on, people? They rely on us as a community to go quiet on it and not say anything. So they know they can get away with that stuff. You think it was if it was any other community, they could be telling you they're not, fobbing you off with excuses. Blessed love, my sister. You made it.
Yeah.
Blessed love, Sister Lorraine. Welcome back, sis.
Can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you.
Okay. You're really blindly on my phone. Let me just try and
don't worry, my sister. You guys remember Sister Lorraine? She is the sister who so valiantly told her story in relation to this man, Kevin Savarosh.
Kelvin.
I always get him wrong.
Yeah.
I always say Kevin, don't I?
Yeah.
You know me in names already. We just change it on my
Cockroach. That's the name, so I don't have
Cockroach.
to say
Cockroach Savarosh. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I love that. I love that.
Look, I'm gonna have to just have it. You're about this size on my screen. I don't know what I'm doing here, but anyway.
But we can hear you, sis, and we can see.
As long as you can hear me, yeah.
So, sis, tell me exactly, or tell us exactly, sis. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna get it for you because I've literally just uploaded it now. I nearly forgot it. Give me 1 second and you can tell us about it. Okay, here we go. Right. Because there's been a lot happening in the last kind of 48 hours, hasn't there, sis?
Yeah.
So tell us what this is, sis. Tell us what that is.
So, yes.
Everyone can see that. Yeah. Tell us what that is exactly, my sister.
What is it you're showing me? Because what?
Oh, you can't see it, right? So it's the alarm thing that you sent me.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that. I forgot you can't see when you're in the studio.
No, I see it now. I can see it on my laptop. So yeah, that is a police safety alarm, to which I have a remote control.
I put the link out, sis. So we've got Jan joining us. Just hold tight for me, Jan, while Lorraine's having a word. Is that cool, sis? Can you hear me?
Yeah, me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me. Jan? Let me just find out who Jan is. Okay. I was thinking it might be Auntie Jan. I don't know if you guys remember her. But anyway, go ahead, sis. Your camera's off, sis. I don't know if you've gone on mute. Your camera's gone. Ooh. Can you hear me, Lorraine? You're still in the live? Technical difficulties tonight. You know, it was never going to go smooth. Technical difficulties tonight, people. Lorraine, can you hear me? I don't know what's gone on there. She's still here. Can you guys see her? I'm not sure what's happening. Can you guys see Lorraine? Because she's still here in the studio, but she's gone completely blank. Let me just give her a call and find out what's happening. You're back, sis.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened there.
It's because I got a phone call because I'm on my phone, so it's interfering.
Oh, you never got it through to the laptop then?
No, it's.
Oh, never mind. Anyway, so yes, sis, tell us what it is we're seeing on the screen.
So what we have here is a police emergency security alarm, to which I have a little remote. So basically, 2 days ago, I got a call from my SOIT police officer.
Can you just explain to everyone what SOIT is for those people that don't know?
So SOIT is a serious sexual offences investigating officer.
Can you say that one more time for us, please, sis? Moderators, pick up and put that in the chat for me, I beg.
Yeah, serious sexual officer. I think it's officer in investigating officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your SOIS. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you report sexual offences, you get allocated a specialist officer.
That's right. Yeah, that's correct.
Just to bear in mind, I reported him on the 1st of November 2020 to the police, and this is now my this police officer is my fifth police officer, fifth specialist, right? So anyway, that's another story. Yeah, so this is the remote for the alarm. He called me a couple of days ago. For the past 2.5 years, I've been screaming at them, give me some protection, give me some.
That's right.
Because they wouldn't, because they just kept ignoring me and fobbing me off. That's how I ended up exposing him. And I was blessed to be introduced to Afua's platform, because I was so scared for my safety. And I can tell everybody, right? Since I've been when I appeared on the platform, it was such a relief because that was the biggest security I could ever have. The fact that I've come on here and I exposed him, it put it out there. Everybody knows, and it's just been like a cloak of safety for me. Don't
But it's
get
the
me
fact that you were knocking and pleading and lobbying them for so long, and it's taken for him to do this to another woman, for them to actually get up off their asses and do something about it. It's absolutely disgraceful. It really is.
And it makes me feel sad. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, obviously, we'll talk tonight, but I just need to say to women, come on. I know it's hard, yeah, but he's seriously hurt somebody else. Could have been avoided.
Could have been so avoided. And for all of you nasty naysayers, all of you that came for this sister, defending this dirty piece of work, what say you now?
Exactly.
Put out that link. Do you understand what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to say, Lorraine. They absolutely make me sick to the pit of my stomach, these people. You people are the reason that we can't get no justice in this space. It's Uno.
It is, you know.
It's them. Of course it is. Because we can have a community effort to flush these people out. But at every turn, when a sister speaks her truth, what we've got is you shadowy little imps in the corner trying to take the sister's truth down, defending these dirty little paedophiles, rapists, perpetrators, woman beaters. And then you wonder why our community can't heal. Our honor.
Yeah.
It'll make me sick.
Yeah.
To my very last stomach. Honestly, my sister. Go ahead, sis. That this contraption that they've given you, what's this supposed to do?
So basically, my SOIT said to me, look, in my assessment at the moment, you're in most danger in your home. So I let him talk because it kind of gave me a bit of a shock, because in all the conversations I've had with him, you know, in the past year, because this one he's been allocated to me for a year, you know, it's like he's just fobbed me off, and every conversation has ended up in me kind of having a breakdown and having to repeat my story and all the rest. That's been a fucking nightmare, excuse my language. So when he's all of a sudden, his words were, listen, we as in the Metropolitan Police, Haringey Police, we are fully aware that he's a dangerous man. And in my assessment, your immediate danger is in your home. So anyway, I let him talk, and he said, you know, we are going to fit the alarm that I've got. I have to go into the police station next week and get a special app on my phone. So if anything happens, I don't have to dial 999. I just
that's right.
And they're there. And they will be increasing police foot patrols around my area.
So they really, for them to escalate to this level, for them to escalate to this level, for them to install this level of equipment, it looks like quite a bit of expensive kit. You know, it's quite high tech. They must really perceive a very high risk.
Yeah.
And so why have they bailed this beep? That's what I can't understand. This is sis, I'm done. Yeah. I'm done. Why is he on bail, but you're putting in place all of these security measures? Surely the best way to keep this man contained is to remand him.
Exactly. And even just with my allegations alone, with his history, and he's obviously done something very serious.
Yes.
Putting all these safety measures in place now, but yet he's still allowed out on road.
What is going on?
That's what happens to informers. And
Well, like Vincent Rat was saying, them way I chat for steer pan road. Like, really? Seriously. But sis, do you feel safe with that machine?
Do you know what? I don't think that cockroach is dumb, but he's not that dumb.
He's not that. That's what I was thinking as well, surely. Unless he lost the plot now.
Yeah, possible. And that's possible because the things I've got to tell you, he's like a leper in the community, you know. Hey, the things I've got to tell you, and I've been given permission. I don't know if you remember my friend Howard, who his name had been mentioned. Yeah, I've got a lot to tell you about all of that.
Online or offline?
No, definitely online. He said to me, "Oh, I'll put it out there tonight because."
Yes, please, sister. Like, we're not holding back tonight, sis. We're going out with a bang. No holds barred tonight. Trust me.
However, so yeah, just to finish off about all the safety and all the rest of it. So at the end of it, I said to the officer, "So what's going on? Why? How come all of a sudden I've been asking for this protection for 2.5 years? How come all of a sudden you're putting it in now?" And he was very hesitant. And basically, initially, he just said to me, you know, there has been an incident. He's back on our radar, and we just want to make sure that we've got things in place. So, I mean, I'm good in terms of my healing and all the rest of it, but every time I speak to the police, it's like a trigger, do you know? And so when he told me that, it scared me. And I just thought, wow, what's going on? So it wasn't until the next conversation that I had with him, where I was a bit calmer, and I insisted that he tells me why. How come now? And he said to me, "I apologize. I cannot give you the details, but what I can tell you is, yes, he was arrested a few days ago. And the allegations that and I will say the poor victim, because whoever she is, the allegations are the same. And yeah, basically
same, you know, like similar, which means the same, right?
Yeah.
Unreal, just unreal, sis. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So yeah, basically he's abusing some other woman, and fortunately she's reported to the police, and that's all I know. I don't know what it is, I don't know what, but it's obviously very serious. I mean, they don't rush and fit this equipment. They don't do it. I mean,
they don't do that lightly. It's not a panic button.
Offer extra,
sort of, you know, the sort of couple of grades below that, the panic button thing. That's more than a panic button. That's HQ. You know what I mean? That's GCHQ shit.
Yeah. And they said to me, I mean, you know, when he came to fit it, I mean, he was great in his treatment of me, the officer that came to fit it. The box that I've got, it does enable for them to listen in as well. But he said to me, said,
careful with that one, sis.
No, he said, they got the report and they assessed that, and they don't. Not necessary for me, and if it was a two-way one, I'd have to give consent for that. But he said if things heighten and it's felt that it's necessary, you know, it's an option I have as well.
Right, you can send it live. We used to have when I used to work in quite high risk kind of outreach situations, we used to have a thing called Guardian that was a bit like that. You could kind of just shout at your phone and it would go live and send the police and all sorts. People could listen in from your headquarters or whatever. Moderators, can you tell me, is that Kwam's person, KWAMZ, is that Dutty Kwame who's got a penchant for dirty sex? Is that him? Because if it is, I'm blocking him. We don't want your kind around here. Come off the live. You see, when we come back in September, all of the crosses them need to be gone. I'm expecting a dip in numbers, which is a natural thing when you've been away for a while. And hopefully that will get rid of the crosses then. And we can just have true people in here that really want to support the cause. Moderator, can you tell me if that KWAMZ is Dirty Kwame? That dirty guy. You was just about to ask Miss Hurricane Toya. Try and find out for me, people, because I believe it is him. All right, moderator says it is. Kwame, you're gone. You won't be watching this live again, brother. Well, you can watch, but you won't be able to comment. We don't want your dirtiness in here. I'm not in the mood tonight with Uno. Where am there? See you, man. You can come back, yeah? But I'm going to block you, mate. Dirtiness, little deviant. Take these people. And this is what I'm saying. They're all in here in the shadows. Vincent Rat, the rest of them, they're all in here in the shadows.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you think the algorithm knows Patwa? Sock on a mama. That's what you lot should do. You dirty nonsense, the lot of you. How about that? Go on, sis. Sorry to cut you, but we're not having him in here. You put him on timeout. I just blocked him, so he can't even come back. You can just watch. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, so I have I've got all the safety measures in place. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a bit, I am glad for it, but like I said, the thing is, it's so sad, because yeah, he's done it again, and he's done it because he's been enabled. He's not only been enabled to do it by the police, but he's been enabled to do it by, I don't know, what you call it, the community. He's been enabled to do it by his family, by the women that he's controlling, by his friends, by you disgusting so-called professional women that work in social care and work that are covering him.
The corruption.
Yeah,
Unbelievable corruption.
Yeah. And
what? Ronnie, you never approve of my language, brother Ronnie. You don't know. It's how it goes, bro.
It's
with me.
And his family, you know, I don't know how a Sabaroch can walk around with any kind of pride, because everyone I've come across, if they're not an abuser, they're hiding the abusers. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, sister.
It's
absolutely.
It's
an absolute travesty in our community, and every one of those people are to blame.
Yeah.
Every one of them, sis.
What was part of the cockroach's MO when was abusing me? He'd constantly talk about the links that he's got, and the women that help him. I mean, his baby mothers, you know, I'm telling you now, from the one, I can't remember the name of the first one. Apparently he's got a child. He had a son. I think he was a teenager, and the woman fled to America. So he's got one there. Then he's got one with Vivette. Oh yeah. Jump around, but talk about family. He's got a son with Vivette. His son Andre. After I came on your live the first time, about a month later, I think it was, his own son, Andre William Sabaroch, has changed his name. For
real?
He's changed his name to Andre Williams Marla. That's his name.
Well done, Vivette, because you've mentioned her, so I'm just going to mention her as well. Yeah. I wouldn't have mentioned her, but it turns out this is how it's, you know, how people are interconnected, 6 degrees of separation and all that. Turns out that she's the best friend of one of my old best friends from school days, my daughter's godmother, my oldest daughter's godmother. You know, she's the mother of this Andre. Look at that. I would have never known that Vivette was his baby mother. I didn't know who Andre's dad was.
Okay.
Coming up. But I remember the little boy. You understand me? Because East London things, isn't it? And I'm from East London, so wow. When you told me that and showed me the connection, I was like, damn, look at that. So well done, Dre. You wouldn't remember Auntie Afua, but I was around like when you were very small.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen them people in a long time now.
Well, I did meet him, and it very much. It was only because it was very much towards the end of the relationship. But as I think I explained, I was playing a game, and so I had to go along with this, and that's how I've met two of them. I've met his son and his daughter. Kennedy. But also one time Andre came to my house with his stepdaughter and his little son, and myself, my daughter had to, play the game and entertain, and she was playing with the children, and we all went off to the park, pretending families. And I'm not gonna lie, he seems like a nice young man.
Well, his mum's solid, From what
Yeah.
I remember of her, she's a solid sister.
Yeah.
From what I remember, she's got her shit together.
Yeah.
Definitely. So she's lucky. He's lucky. He ended up with her mum. Yeah.
I think he probably is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's things that the cockroach has talked about. They're not great. But I don't know. I just got a sense from Andre that he just seemed all right. But there was also a thing where, there's so much, man. You see, the cockroach, he's so slimy, and it's like
he's a cockroach.
Yeah. So I remember one time he said to me, Andre's, I mean, they must be married by now. I don't know. They were planning to be married, but let's say Andre's wife, I can't remember the name. Yeah, she doesn't like me, man. She doesn't like me. And immediately I thought to myself, she probably knows what you're about. We don't want you around her children or her or anything like that. So I just played along. I'm like, why is that then? I don't know. She's funny, man. She just don't like me. I said, you must have done something for her not to like you. And then, because that time, I knew I was on my way out, and I said, she probably knows what a disgusting person you are. Do you know what I mean? And he would just laugh that off because he thought, let her run her mouth. I can shut her up. That's how it went. So any opportunity I had to get a dig in where I could, I did. But but to complete the story about Andre, remember the other victim, Miss Ollie.
Yes.
She she's run her mouth. She's like a fucking, she's been singing all the time when I was talking to her, she just sang like a canary. And what I want to say to the cockroach, his family and his enablers, the one thing, I had a really decent SOE officer right at the beginning. And before she ran away, she said to me, please make sure you record everything. So I'm not going into any details, but what I'm saying, once again, is to the cockroach, his family and the enablers. This Miss Ollie, the one that sang like a canary, she rang me loads of times. So if I want to recall what she says to me, all I have to do is press rewind. So what I'm saying to them is, I mean, Ollie told me, she's met Andre. When Trevor, that's the cockroach's brother, Trevor and Andre came round. But she felt, oh no, Andre seemed a bit sneaky to her. He's the one that she would least trust. But I would just let her talk, and it made me smile because I thought that doesn't sound right to me, because out of all of the slimy people that he knew, I never got a sense of that from him. However, I could be 100% wrong. Do you know what I mean? some of them are very charming, and I guess they're used to putting on a certain persona. However, what makes me think that there might be some hope for Andre is that, you know, he's changed his name.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big statement. It's separating himself, isn't it, really? But sis, what is he, do you know if he's been released on bail pending more investigation, or if he's been charged? Do you know that much?
I don't know. He's definitely released on bail, but I don't know. They won't tell me, but he was very clear that it's similar, same allegations that I...
Right. Yeah, but we don't know what stage it's at. I think if he'd been charged, they would tell you.
Not necessarily, Afua.
No?
Because let me tell you what I want to clarify, right? Because I saw you put he's been rearrested. Let me tell you, he's never been arrested.
Oh.
With my case.
That was an oversight on my part, obviously.
Yeah, he's never been arrested. All that's happened with him, he was invited in for interview. And
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that was what got me into saying, what the fuck is going on? Is
right. But the fact that well, really and truly, the fact that they've given you all of this protection, shouldn't that then give rise to them investigating your case properly and dragging him in now properly?
Well, you see, I've got formal complaints with the IOPC.
Right.
So with my case, I am now on the 4th officer in charge. I'm on the 3rd borough commander. And yeah, I'm
These
on
people, honestly.
5th So it's, I'm just going to say it, Haringey is so corrupt.
It's unbelievable. It's just actually unbelievable, sis.
I worked alongside them for 25 years. 25 years I worked alongside Haringey Police, so I know what they're about, but I never realised they were this bad. Yeah, so my case is still going. Literally, a couple of times a file has gone to CPS, but I've got a file pending at the moment, which will be going to CPS, he said, within the next couple of weeks. Next week, I'm going to be having a meeting because there are other points to clarify. But yeah.
Well, I think it's going in the right direction. It's absolutely disgraceful for True Ronnie, the way that they've handled this. And they're having to really kind of backpedal on themselves, aren't they? That's what it is, my sister. But thank you for coming on and sharing.
You're welcome.
I'm kind of anxious to move on to the real nitty gritty here tonight.
Oh, I've got one more thing that say quickly, because Howard wanted me to make sure that it's out there. Do you remember a few months ago I told you that Howard bucked up on him at a party?
Oh yes, and he got broke up, didn't he, or something?
So basically, cutting a very long story short, he was confronted by Howard, and the pussy-o, he couldn't say a word.
Classic.
He couldn't say a word. Basically, when the lights went off and came back on, like, Howard was making sure he stands in a place so that if he left the party, he would have to pass him.
Yeah.
But Howard said the man was like a ninja. After
he disappeared.
He disappeared.
But you see how it is? They got chests for us women, though. But when it comes to the real man, them they back straight down. You idiot. I hope you're watching, seeing as you're on bail.
Yeah, but what is after that? Howard has had conversations with people, and they've told him now. The cockroach he don't move unless he's with his little brother. So everywhere he goes, he's got him, and he's got his brawn of a little brother, Trevor. And that's his protection kind of thing, you know, because
he's walking with close protection now. Yeah, you're Rasio. Serve them right.
You know, because they're such bad man. But also, what is very funny is he's been talking to guys, and he's been trying to make out that at the party he was like, yeah, do you know, come outside then if you wanna, but it's all lies. So every good man, bad man, he's done with them. He's
Done. Well, I know a couple of people that actually reached out and said they knew him personally, and they're done with him.
Yes.
So he's done out here. He really, really is.
Yeah, as much as the men don't come on here and speak,
they're out there.
I've got the reassurance that now he's like a leopard. They don't touch him. And also, I do have a direct message for you, Kelvin Sabaroch. Don't be silly. You can't intimidate Howard. And I would advise you that you need to make sure that you don't bump into him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's tried to put it out there, some kind of fear message.
All right, well, less said about that, the better then, yeah? I reckon. Exactly. I think he knows these places. And definitely with that box that's in your house, which he probably didn't know about until now. I don't think he's going to be coming anywhere near you. Let's just say that. And yeah, Miss Hurricane Toya, big up Howard. We love you, Howard.
Yeah.
And big up your son as well, your wonderful young man who we saw at the last March, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you offline, my sister.
Definitely. All right.
Blessed love. Oh, such a beautiful sister. Yeah, nice sister, man. Yeah, I think you lost that one, Roach. What a great name. What a good name for him. Is it funny how some people's names just kind of slot into who they are? Well, we're coming up to the end of proceedings, and I want to go into my main conversation tonight, to be fair, guys. So you guys remember the Tony Clark situation, don't you? Of course you do. Of course you do. Blessed love all about the black. Yes, please give people. We're still raising for the march. Put up a 1 if you guys want to see His Time Is Up March 2023. This year in October. Put up a 1 if you guys want to see that. Let me kind of gauge the room tonight and see what it is, because I'm still thinking about it, to be fair. I'm still thinking about it. I do really want to move it to a different place, a different city perhaps even, and see how that goes. But we'll see what happens. Unfortunately for us, we're pinned to Brixton because it's mostly 80% of the stories come out of Brixton. It really does. Put up a 1, people, participate. Hit the like button. I need to know, not just the regulars, not just the moderators. Like, let me know. Shall I do His Time Is Up March 2023? It's looking that way, isn't it? Oh, Lord, I don't know what. Ease me up. Certainly looking that way. All right. So, you remember the Tony Clark situation. Of course you do. You remember that he financially postured on us because he's got the money to do it, and decided he wanted to go for a defamation case. And we took it up, we weren't hiding. We felt that we were justified in trying to raise public awareness about the things that we'd been told about this man. And we did go down the right routes. We did speak to the police. And we did all the things that we were supposed to do. So the case was heard. Well, it wasn't heard, actually. The first step, if you remember, if you cast your minds back, was when he tried to get an injunction on me to gag me, a gagging order, essentially, all right? We went to the High Court. I represented myself. It was very straightforward, that whole thing. And we ended up winning. So he wasn't able to get a gagging order. And at court, bear me witness for all of those people that were there, it was the judge that looked on this man and said to him, why have you brought a gagging order? Surely, if it's not true, you should be looking at defamation. I'm paraphrasing to what the original judge said. Help me out, guys, for those of you that were here. I know a lot of you that are in the chat tonight were there in the court on that day. So, this was witnessed by a lot of people. Judge said to him along the lines of, is it that you don't want to have to deal with the evidence that may come out in a defamation case? I'm advising you to go for defamation, and I'm not granting your gagging order. If you were on the live, on the back of the appearance at the High Court, you will remember me explaining that. Funny how the numbers have just shot up. They're sharing, people. I want to see it. Because you know what these people need to understand? Ronnie, I might ask you, Ronnie, if you're in the mood to come on and close us off with some prayer before we leave this live tonight. Because you know what they don't understand, Ronnie, these people? They think they can come with some little Illuminati court, yeah, some little Illuminati courthouse, some little pedo judge, and come and try and control our truth. It don't work that way in my world. You people need to know who it is that you're actually dealing with. I fear nobody but the Most High living God. It is not front. It is not chess. It is not talk. I mean it. I fear no one but the Most High living God. You understand what I'm saying? Kelvin, I ain't really dealing with you right now. Let me have a quick say, because if this is Kelvin Sabarosh, then we can find out, can't we? Is this Kelvin Sabarosh?
Yeah, it's Kelvin Sabarosh speaking now.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's happening? Basically, you're basically slandering me. Yeah.
You and your friend. So sue me, Kelvin. What, have you been arrested or not?
Are you gonna listen to hear me talk, or are you gonna carry on running up your mouth?
I'm not running up my mouth. I'm speaking. But okay. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. You and your friend, right, is on the time.
It's not my friend. She's a sister that approached us.
Or your sister, or whatever she is. Yeah. Are slandering me for things that haven't occurred. You know
have you been arrested or not?
Let me ask you one question. Have I been convicted of anything?
I said, have you been arrested or not? I didn't say you've been convicted. Have you been arrested?
I've been arrested for something.
All right. And has the system been fitted with an alarm because you are a risk? Yes or no?
My risk? Which part? Because you're telling a load of lies, mate.
Okay, yeah? Well, we're not going to give you any more airtime. You came with your these nonsense before, Kelvin, and you can do one, mate. You're a dirty abuser. You can do one. Get lost. I don't know what it is you're trying to defend tonight, but it's Nagosa tonight, and it's not your time anyway. I don't even know why I gave you airtime. You won't be coming back on. Honestly. Honestly. Cast your mind back to the last live. Sweet as an out. Sorry, I can't help it. Hurricane. Taya, help me out, man. Help me out. Idiot. No, you're not coming on there about people are slandering you. You're chatting rubbish. Can you even spell slander? Chatting rubbish. You're not getting no platform tonight. Yeah? You're going to beat up a next woman and do whatever it was you were doing. Yes, you have been nicked. And I don't care if you're going to try and come on and say she's lying on you as well. You see, there's a lot of women lying on you, Kelvin. Wow. We knew you were in the shadows. Honestly. Come off of here. Dirtiness. Unbelievable guy. Like, seriously? We've seen the evidence, Kevin, and they wouldn't give that woman that alarm. No, we're not going to let him talk, Kelly. Do you remember the last time he was on? It was a madness, and there's no way. And plus as well, I'm not in the mood for sub-intellectual people. I need to have a proper conversation tonight, people, and I'm not leaving no prisoners. I'm very sorry. He's a woman beater, and he's a nasty piece of work. Kelly, I can't let him talk. No way. Nah, Wax Black. We're not let him talk. We're not. The woman has a big ass, I don't even know what to call that. Is it an alarm? It looks more than that. In her house, given to her by the police. I have heard the conversation that took place. Let's just say that. I'm not going to play it here, but I have. And there's no way that that man is innocent of anything. And he's not getting a platform here tonight. It's not happening. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So, and anyone else, please join the live afterwards, and it's not going to be about Kelvin. We've said what we've got to say. Sister updated us. He doesn't deserve a platform. It's as simple as that. So let's get back to the Tony Clark case. So we went to court. He said go for defamation. He gave them a deadline. And at the 11th hour, they filed for defamation. So it's been a to-in and a throw-in and a madness ever since, okay? Should we take a breath, people? Someone says, I think the Sabaroach needs repellent. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's been all of that ever since. Now, I was not prepared, people, because we don't have Tony Clark's money. And let's not forget how he made his money either. But we don't have that kind of money. And so, therefore, we couldn't afford these swanky lawyers and whatever else they had going on. I was representing my sweet little old self amongst another litigation that I've got going on that's got nothing to do with this. And everything to do with what I'm doing. So I'm having to manage all of this. I'm representing myself. Defamation is an extremely niche aspect of media law. Extremely niche. I could not find a pro bono barrister for dust. I could find pro bono barristers, but I could not find one that would specialize in defamation. And that's what I needed. Even the barristers that he had, the solicitors firm that he used, I believe they specialize in financial fraud or something like that. Even they weren't experts in defamation. And that was very evident in the fact that his barristers weren't very good. They weren't. Now, the reason we've got to a point in the case, okay, people, where I'm going to have to try and explain it to you because I had to get my head around it as well. So I was being corresponded with by his legal team because I'm representing myself, right? So when they were asking for bits of evidence that I was supposed to file, that I was going to use to defend myself in this case of defamation, when they were asking for that, I was directly emailing it to them, okay? Not understanding, because I hadn't done it for any other case that I've been involved in, and I've not done it for the gagging order case either. I'd brought my file to court. Do you understand? And I think I'd sent it to somewhere else, but I can't even remember right now. Point is that I did not realize, okay, that I was supposed to give them a copy and also e-file a copy with the court. It might sound very simple to people that are used to doing these things, but it wasn't to me. And so therefore, and plus I wasn't that focused on it, to be fair. I was sort of saying, all right, well, you need that, go on, there you go. Because for me, there was far more important things going on in my life. And also with the campaign as well. So I was just giving them the emails thinking that I was doing the right thing. So they've sat on it, his legal team, who are dirty and corrupt, by the way, because there's a lot of things that have gone down. They sat on it and they decided that on the back of me not filing, that I would be late filing. And that apparently is some big, some sort of big indiscretion that you're supposed to file on time. Otherwise, they can strike out your evidence. So his team applied for what is called an unless order, and they asked the judge if my evidence could be struck out. Funny that. Why would you want my evidence struck out? They'd obviously already seen the evidence. You know, even when I asked to have people remain anonymous, they didn't honor that. The judge gave them anything they wanted and gave me nothing that I asked for, basically. Yeah. There was no concessions made for the fact that I am really representing myself. There was no concessions made for that whatsoever. There was no concessions made for that whatsoever. Judge hated me. The first judge liked me. Do you remember, guys, how lovely he was? And, you know, he was just a really nice, balanced, fair individual. So I didn't get that judge back. For those of you that don't know, I got a demon back. And he hated me from the point where in the High Court, you have to call them master. Master, like say their name is Jones. You know, the judge's surname is Jones. You have to call them Master Jones and Master this and Master that. And there was a point within the proceedings where I kept saying, Your Honor, because that's what I'm used to. That's what judges are called, aren't they? And I'm standing here in this building that is built. This is like in the High Court. So I'm standing in this building that is, or I'm looking at this building that is built on the backs of my ancestors, their blood that has never been recompensed. This building that is highly full of symbology that speaks to to the massa, to white supremacy. I ain't afraid to say it. Yeah. It speaks to white supremacy. And the bench in the High Court is a lot higher than in a normal court. So you really got to crane your neck and look up on these people. And this man is telling me that when you address the high bench, the correct term is massa. So I'm saying, hold on. Well, I've said to them, well, with all due respect, as a woman of African heritage, I've got a particular problem with that. Yeah, in the High Court. Never liked me from there. So anything after that was peak for me, innit? This is how it all sort of went down. So when they asked for this unless order, I put in an application to have that put aside to take into account the fact that I'm just under a lot of pressure and I need time to get my head around this. And actually, I've had no instruction whatsoever as to how to proceed with this thing. I'm kind of feeling my way around it single-handedly as somebody who's definitely, you know, had this been a criminal case, I'd have been a lot more on top of it. I'm au fait with all of that. But this defamation thing just had me. Anyway, they struck out my evidence. There is no recourse for appeal. In fact, it's highly, the legal advisors really, really discourage it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying to myself, how is this justice? And you're so afraid of the evidence that we do have, is that you were so quick to try to get it struck out. What is that about, my people? Tell me what you think that's about. Honestly, let's get interactive tonight if you won't jump on the link. Tell me what in the comments, what you think that's about. Being so eager, chomping at the bit, every chance that you get to try to get the evidence struck off. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And why would you believe that when you're dealing with a revolution such as His Time Is Up, because it is a revolution, it's never ever been done before in this black community of ours. You people thought you could get away with it for life. And because the women have decided to stand up and they've used me as their conduit, do you understand? You think that you can suppress us with what? A court that was built on the back of our ancestors? A court that owes us? How dare you? Do you understand? I don't know what you feel like. I don't know, like every tactic that you got in your armor that you think that you can take to subjugate this movement, it will not work. So I'm going to share some of that evidence that they've struck out with you tonight, people. That which I had hidden from the public because it needed to be heard in their court. On a lucky say I even answered you in the first place. Let me tell you that. On a lucky. Do you understand? I'm going to share some of that evidence and I'm going to make you guys make up your mind whether or not I was justified in calling him out and taking it on to say, well, actually, it's not defamation if I believe it to be true. Because in a defamation case, people, you've got to prove that you believed it was true. That's all you need to do. Not criminal trial. It's nothing like that. They just sue you for money. That's what they try and do. Yeah? And these people actually believe that they are going to be able to sue me for money as well. You know? I'm a mujahid for a reason. I really am. Yeah, I really am. Are you people ever met anyone that actually doesn't care? That actually doesn't care because they know the God they serve, because they know they're doing a good work, because they know the system is full of pedophiles and nasty people. You people are disgusting, all of you, from Master William Liam right back down to you, Tony Clark, your dirty sister, Yvonne Clark, and the rest of you. Screen record, people, because you know they're going to try and take this down tonight. They're scrambling on themselves right now because they know what's coming. Oh, they've seen it. Yeah, and I'm not even sharing all of it. I'll keep the rest in my back pocket because they ain't even seen it. You think I filed everything when I saw how you people were moving? So let me kick back and watch this ride. I'm not putting it all of it out there with you because this man shared my police statement, which I'm about to share with you guys tonight. Yeah, it was all over WhatsApp. He did that during the proceedings. I told the judge he did that and the man ignored me. I told the judge of what he was doing, intimidating people. The man ignored me. I told the judge that this man was under police investigation. He told me I didn't have evidence of that, even though I had furnished him with, I'm about to show you guys. I'll tell you what I showed the judge. And the man told me that it's not proof of police investigation. Corruption. Like sister was talking about. Let's share it tonight. Yeah? Let me find this now. There's my police statement. And it will show you here this police statement. This is the one that he actually shared. It was really interesting because I put it in the bundle. I submitted it as part of my evidence when I was asked to. And suddenly that Friday, this was like I say on the Wednesday, and on the Friday, it showed up on WhatsApp. How did my police statement show up on WhatsApp, please? But here you can see in my statement where it's laying out the fact that the police contacted me. I did not go to the police with this. Victims had gone to the police, made their statements, and then the police contacted me because those victims had mentioned me and talked about the live and given their name. It's all out there. There it is for you to see, people. I went to the police. It was reported. I don't know anyone who's stupid enough, yeah, to go to the police and perjure themselves and deliberately tell lies to the police. So when they're telling you that we ain't making police statements, we are all the time. There it is, people, read it. I'm gonna leave it up on the screen for a while I build a ziggy. Hey, these motherfuckers. Oh my days. Yeah, there it is. My police statement. I can't even be bothered with all the pages because it's a lot of pages. So I'm just going to show you the beginning of it and get a chance to read that, because it says very clearly who contacted who. And that's coming from the Met. Yeah. Tells you the name of the officer, everything. If they're vexed about that, that's for their business. They should do their jobs. Come lock me up, do what you lot want to do. You lot must think, yeah, that we are of this world. You lot must think that we fear any of you in the flesh. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't read it, Rosemary. Okay, you might have to replay the live, enlarge your screen, that kind of thing. But yeah, tell me if everybody can't read it. Are you saying it's too small, people? All right, you're gonna have to big up your screens after the fact, but it's there anyway. You can see it. I'm sure you can see the letterhead. Let me see if I can read it out to you. Right, so it's basically telling you it's a telephone statement. It says, I have been contacted by DC Benfield to give a statement in relation to Anthony Clark. I am unable to attend the police station at this time, and have therefore, it's a bit small for me as well, and have therefore provided the following statement to DC Benfield over the telephone. I can confirm that I have been... that I've made the above declaration or something like that, and it goes on and on and on. It says, I am the above named person, so it's got my government name at the top there. You all know that's Denise Rose. I am the above named person, and this is my statement regarding my involvement with Anthony Clark. The people I will talk about in this statement are the informant's son, victim 1, victim 2, and victim 3, and victim 4. And then I go on, and it goes on and on, basically. So we don't need to show all of that. What it shows is that a witness statement did go into the Metropolitan Police about this man. Okay? Yeah, screenshot it, then make it bigger. I'll put it up on the community wall at some point, you know, probably during the week, people. Let me just take it off the screen for now. So that was one piece of evidence that I said I shared with the judge, and the man still turned around and told me that, well, actually, when I told the judge that, he kind of cocked his ear, and then Mr. Clark turned around and said to the judge, he ain't under, or he said it through his legal representative, that he's actually not under any police investigation. Well, you should be. You should be. And if you're not, then I want to know what the police is doing with all these statements. As you can see, victim 1, victim 2, victim 3, victim 4 went to the police. And on the back of that, they've come to me. Okay? So that's number one. Let me share another piece of evidence. Like I said, I'm not sharing all of it, but I'm sharing some key evidence tonight, people. Yeah? We received statements from victims. And part of the things that we asked them for was proof that they had resided in his care homes, the care homes that he owned, namely Vassal House and Baldry Court. If you remember rightly, cast your mind back to the original story. And we received that. I linked out some of the names because those people want to remain anonymous, vehemently so, and with good reason. So that was proof. There we go. This is literally notes, case notes of the day about the individual. As you can see at the top, it says Lambeth Social Services. This is the kind of evidence, people, that we get. It's not the only case where we get this. There are lots of people that used to work in the system that know what I'm saying is true, and they whistleblow. They whistleblow is what they do. Yeah? So there you go. Nobody's ever denied being involved with that. So we got that. What's the rest of it? This thing's mad slow tonight, people. Mad slow. Ooh, what a way the number them I jump. Now go on and listen and feel so you can tie me down with no Illuminati court. No bright. More evidence. more records from his organization, people that took those notes at the time. That individual was definitely a resident as a child. There's a whole report there that I had to black out. And this is actually a letter from the individual that was submitted as evidence as well, even though they've struck my evidence out. This is a letter from that same person whose name has been blacked out in those original notes. Yeah? So she says, I, Miss So-and-so, hereby give permission to Miss Afua Rose, aka Denise Rose. Oh, I can't even read that bit. Can you guys tell me what that says? Give on here, or to something on her, to show on her social media platform, to share on her social media platform my story, my experiences, anonymous, as a looked after child placed by the local authority into Vassal House, run and owned by Tony Clark, Yvonne Clark, and so on. She also gives Miss Rose permission to share the information and whatever. So it's showing you the individual. All right. And that name is blacked out as well. What else we got? What else am I sharing? Maybe not that one. I'll leave that in my back pocket. Let's see the reaction from these idiots. This guy as well, I received an email today about some letter and that I'm supposed to have damaged it. This is just this guy. I have no idea what the man's talking about. What letter? Any letter that came to my house, I weren't in if it got sent back, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. And then he's damaged the letter himself, taken a picture of it, and tried to tell the court that I've damaged it. Why would they care? This is defamation. Don't know what you're on about. You're a fool. Anyway, what else we got here? What else we got in the bag? All right. So let me move forward now. Because remember, there are two components to this story, people. Yeah? There are two components to this story. Hang on 1 second for me. Let me just get this out of the way. Because if you remember rightly, we originally called out Tony Clark, but we were also then inundated with information about his sister. And that came from, her name is Yvonne Clark. And if you remember rightly, she owned, what's the name of the place again, people? I forgot the name of the place. Paula says, I'm going to need my helmet, shin pads and knee pads after tonight's live because these degenerates are going to drag you. They can drag me all they want. I won't be online to see it, Paula. Do you understand? I'll be communing with my God. Them galang. I'm afraid of these people. That's it. Yasser. That's it. Yasser. Yeah, couldn't remember it. So we were inundated with staff that worked there, with Yvonne Clark's ex-husband. Remember him coming on, people? And well, not coming on actually, but providing information and being very happy for it to be shared and for it to be entered into evidence and so on and so forth. And those allegations were about her allowing her husband, Delhi, to abuse her foster daughters who were 14 at the time or something like that. And we did actually write to the local authority, but she convinced them that her husband was lying on her. And they didn't seem to do much about it. Again, problems. Yeah. Problems. And we do have a location for those girls, actually. How about that? You lot never knew that, did you, Tony Clark and Yvonne Clark? We know where to find those girls. And maybe when we come back in the autumn, maybe they will come on and tell their story. Are you going to come for all of us? All right. So anyway, that was the story around her. Now, they tried to say that I'd fabricated that story. I'd made it up. I was somehow in league with her ex-husband. I don't know, this guy from Adam, he's a lot younger than Tony Clark. Sorry, than Yvonne Clark, this man. And yeah, but again, he was very, very forthcoming and very supportive in what he was telling us as well, and had no problems with stuff being shared, and also said that he would be willing to come to court. Now, look, it's a whole year that's passed. Life takes over. And sometimes people get busy. He also had a tragedy. So I don't think, well, do you know what? We didn't get to court, did we? My evidence was struck out, and I don't believe it was done so fairly. I really don't. So let the people decide. Let the people decide if I was right or if I was wrong, or if there's anything in this story, because I certainly believe there is. So that brother there, the one that was married to Yvonne Clark, he shared something with me, a recording. And it was from his daughter, who is Yvonne Clark's stepdaughter, who grew up in her house. Now, her name is Donnelly, right? Remember that. That's her name. And she refers in this recording, she's having a go at her dad because she doesn't want to be involved in the passer. It's all at the height of when we did the call out. They're trying to put it on her and it's got nothing to do with her. She told her dad what she told her dad about what was going on in Yvonne Clark's house because she was concerned. And so therefore, remember, her half-sister, they're the same dad, but not the same mum. Her half-sister is Yvonne Clark's daughter, Maya. Yeah? Yvonne Clark also has another daughter called Lauren. And if you guys remember, they were all over my page. Not Maya. She kept in the background. But this Dream Gray, who happened to be Tony Clark's niece. This Lauren girl, who happened to be Yvonne Clark's daughter. If you guys remember rightly, they were all over me. Do you guys remember that? Yeah? Only for me to find out with the recording that I'm about to play that they were the people that sold out their own mother in the first place and was chatting her business until it reached me about what she was doing from what she wasn't doing in her yard, taking her foster children for secret abortions to go and to cover her husband's sins and whatnot. Yeah, that's what was being said at the time. I didn't bring it up. I didn't, as they would have the court believe, make it up and it came from nowhere. Listen to this, people. I'm going to have to play it through another device because somehow the format just couldn't upload itself. But just remember that what you are listening to is Yvonne Clark's stepdaughter talking about her half-sisters and her stepsister, who are Yvonne Clark's daughters, Lauren and Maya. And she's going to tell you where this information came from in the first place. Bear with. I hope you can hear it. Bear with me, people. Oh, is it going to play? I really hope so. Hold on a minute now. It's taking its sweet old time, people. Give me just one moment. This has got to play. Interesting. Not playing. All right, let's try to do it another way. Oh boy. 1 second now. Technicals. 1 second, people. Bear with me. Bear with me, people. I need to play that one there. Oh, man. I don't know what's happened to the file. Let's try again. Give me a second, guys.
All of this came out with Andrew, that he was sleeping with Maggie, the girl got pregnant, and they went and got an abortion or whatever. This information came from Lauren and Maya. I was at Lauren's flat, the old one, in Penge, where she used to live, and the information was told to me. It's not like, oh, I was there and I accidentally saw something. I was fucking told, like I told you. I don't know why this is my problem now. It's not even my problem. This is the last thing that I'm saying about it as well. So I've said that again clearly, okay? The information was told to me. In terms of Ryan and Maya, again, information told to me. All of the little fuckeries going on with that, information told to me. I only told you because Yvonne was literally making it normalized and it was disturbing me, and you're her dad. So I thought maybe you can, but obviously now all that's happened is you lot are trying to make this my problem. At the end of the day, Yvonne was 500 years old when she decided to come down and sleep with you and have Maya. Do you know what she's like?
That's the people that pick me, you know. That's Yvonne's daughters chatting her business. You know, hear what the lady said, what the little girl said. I got it from them. They were the ones who told me this first in their own family, and you don't want to come for me. Go run defamation on your knees, then, Tony Clark, because they're the people putting the information out there. I'm not done. I'm not done with the people. You make me sick about strike evidence and unless order. And a mama, you're wicked. It's a wicked paedophilic system that is making our people not get the justice that they deserve. Yeah, you think our business? No, it's wrong, and wrong is wrong. And we serve the law of the Most High, not the law of this land. Do you understand? Within reason, we have to stick by it. Of course we do. Yeah, and the scriptures tell us we should. But there are some things that we have to stand up for righteousness with and look the devil in his face. And it's as simple as that. Like it or lump it. So listen to this now, people, because this was a testimony that I also entered as evidence to the court. And again, they want to strike my evidence. They want it suppressed. So it's an interview. It's a testimony that was one of his victims telling us about what he used to get up to. Yeah, understand? And this sister was willing to go to court as long as she saw that he was apprehended. That's what she needed to know. Not like Kevin Sabarosh, you're going to go question the man, maybe even charge him and still let him back out on road. She didn't want to see that. She said, the only reason I'm going to come out of hiding, show my face and tell my name is if I see that there is a case against this man, because he needs to be arrested and he don't need to be coming for me. So that's what I'm going to share with you now as well. So listen to this, this victim testimony here, people.
Oh, no, it's not. That wasn't. Sorry, it's bringing it all back.
I'm so sorry. Do you want to like take a break, or, I mean, you know what? This is my first time doing this.
I haven't spoken about this before. I was quite shocked that it had become knowledge to somebody else, that when you approached me, like, I didn't realize it was a thing like that he had got caught for. I thought he got away with it because
the thing is,
forward.
He's not been caught yet. What has happened is, I'm just telling you, he said some terrible things to me, him and a friend, and he made certain confessions, and I'm not having it, because I'm a mother itself and I've got a daughter. And the day you threaten and you say things that you have done with so much of arrogance and conviction, and then to actually say on my face, prove me wrong or prove it. Okay. So I took it upon me to then, this is when I approached, I whistleblowed, and I've come to this stage right now. But me personally, the reason why I'm going this far and I'm doing is the fact that I have got children. I've got 2 boys and I have got a daughter, and it hits me very deep. It hits me very deep that people like this have got the audacity to take advantage, because me too, I come from quite a vulnerable situation. Obviously, I've overcome certain things, but to know that a man can be in my home telling me on my face that prove it. Yes, I have done it. Prove it.
We thought we were safe where we were, and he abused his position.
Did he do it alone? Did he?
Usually, but sometimes he had a friend.
Okay. Do you happen to know who this friend or?
I didn't know his name. We weren't formally introduced.
Okay.
Sometimes he would record us.
Oh, as in, like,
with a video camera.
I mean, the old type, the one.
Yeah, there wasn't videos on phones.
Oh, okay. So I know what you mean. Those type. Okay. Why would?
Yeah, sometimes he would play the tapes back, make us watch them back, or with other girls.
Oh. Okay. I can see, like, this is like upsetting, you're like tremoring a bit, but I just want to let you know, basically the reassurance that you're giving me is that if the police officer, Miss Emma, actually manages to give me an assurance that, this person will be arrested, would you then be comfortable for me to pass your details, or I can personally take you to Emma?
Possibly. I wouldn't want him to see me.
No.
To be seen by him. If it went to court, I could testify behind the screen. I don't want to be.
Yeah, no. She you know what? I earlier on when we were having a chat before I started this conversation, I did remember, while we're having coffee, you did say something that hit me very hard. If I'm not mistaken, an incident that happened when y'all actually called the police and they never did anything.
Yeah, they took his words. They said that we were making stuff up or trying to get him in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
That how could he do something like that to us?
Yeah.
Because he's a professional man. This was his job.
Yeah.
It's his job to protect us. He wouldn't harm us.
You know what? I was never there, but I would like to believe that, because you see, I was never there at that time, but from my experience, because I come from a domestic violence experience, and the police have been really good to me, and I like to believe the way the police are handling the matter and everything. Maybe there is a lot of times are different, but if the police officer, Miss Emma, can do this, and if I can confidently tell you that, yes, he's been arrested and all of that, would you then,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
If it takes him off the streets. Who
Yeah.
knows who else he's harmed in the time?
Yeah. No, because the thing is, the thing with DC Emma, she's actually detective chief. Yeah, I think detective constable. She said, and I even have it on text also, everything will be anonymous, and she will do her very best to make sure, even the facilities that will be given in court and all of that no one will look at our face and all of that. The reason why I am I'm recording this, because I would like DC Emma to know that there are some serious things that are happening within the community, and everything is hidden and everything is coming out.
Okay.
And if I can make a difference, that's all it is, because it has really hit me very, very close to my heart, because I've got children.
Me too.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. I will. So I'm just letting you know. Once again, I am going to give this to the police. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello. Hi. Sorry, we are redoing this interview now. You wish to remain.
Sorry, I actually played that the wrong way round. That was the second one that should have been played. So I'm going to play. I didn't upload the other one. I'm going to play the first one, and I'm going to do it via the phone so you can hear it. It wasn't uploaded. So yeah, give me a moment.
And I've showed you. I just want to confirm the interview, that little chat that we had. I'm talking about Tony Clark. Yes. From Vessel House and Elm Park. Yes, correct. Correct. So you know exactly who he is, and I've showed you a picture of him. This is the person you're talking about, right? Yes. All right. I just wanted to confirm. Yeah. The face I'll never forget. A face you'll never forget. Okay. Thank you.
I think that was it, actually, people. Yeah. I think there was another one. But anyway, you get the gist. You get the gist. I don't know who that person was. I don't know why they're in there. Come back. Truth be told, or something that was quite a long name. I was going to share some other things, but like I said, I'm keeping them in my back pocket. Let's see what happens. Because you tell me now, people, I want you guys to give me your opinion, please. Keep your cameras off. Come on, jump on. Let's make it a last hurrah. Whoever it was that just came on just now, truth be told, whoever you are, God, hope he ain't Truths and Rights. Hope he ain't made a comeback, seeing as all the dirty bungle them are rising. Do you know what I mean? They tried to make a comeback. I hope that weren't him. Truths and Rights or whatever. No, Truth be told. Jump back in. You were just on the live. Maybe you didn't mean to do that. I'm going to put I'm going to put the link out one more time. But you tell me, what do you guys think about that? I'm going to sit here. What is it that Chris Preddy says? I'll wait. I love that little saying that he's got. It's a nice little punchline. I'll wait. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that I was justified? Do you guys think that that was compelling evidence enough for us to have to want to look into this thing? Do you guys think that was enough? Put it together with all the documents, the testimony, and there's more testimony like that from different people. Yeah? What do you guys think? There's the link. Jump on. Otherwise, I'm going to my bed and bidding you lot farewell until, thank you. Put up a 1 if it was justified, 2 if it weren't. Put up a 1 if you think that that evidence is seriously compelling, particularly when it comes on to the testimony of the young sister there saying how she heard that from Yvonne's daughters, like all the passa that we talked about came from Yvonne's daughters in the first place. I find it really interesting that the one Lauren was really on it. Really on it. You understand me? When you're the one that was chatting your mum's business, you are bright and out of order. You, Lauren. Yeah? You and your girlfriend, Jean Grey, you should have speak the truth. That's what you should have done. You should have speak the truth. And not alter order. Come get me for defamation when it's coming out of your own nasty family. But you want to give me for defamation. You see how these people roll? See how these people roll? And he really thinks that he's going to get my house and get this and get that. No. Because actually, I don't own anything. How about that? I don't own shit for you to get. Because apparently it's a speciality of his. He likes to go into litigation and sue people and try and bring them down and take their houses off them and do all kinds of manners of madness. You're a pedo, Tony Clark, Anthony Clark, Yvonne Clark, your dirty husband, Delhi. You are a wrong'un to be there putting out your mother's business and then trying to hide behind the fact that I called it out and comfort us in the way that you did, Lauren. You're out of order. The only one who's got any nothing about them in this is Maya, actually. And that's probably because she's got a decent dad. That's what I will have to say. No, alter order. You want vex after this, can vex, because it ain't nobody been standing up in this fire except yours truly. I've been standing in the gap. I'm the one that had to deal with the headache for over a year of litigation and court papers and this and that, trying to stand up for the truth. I'm the one that's had to deal with all the scrutiny, the death threats, the nastiness, the wickedness that goes on the back of it, being called a liar, being told I ain't got no evidence, being told this, being told that. And I could show evidence for every single case that we have called out of that nature, because we don't call it out willy-nilly. We don't. You understand what I'm saying? We always got our receipts. The fact that you people don't see the receipts is neither here nor there, because we're waiting for the court case. That's why we don't show all our receipts. We are waiting for the court case. Yeah? And even when it's gone to court, arse backwards, granted, these people are striking out evidence based on administrative technicalities in a case as serious as this. In a case that feeds in to the Lambeth care home scandal. Huh? You people are striking out evidence. Really? I don't. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Do you think that they would have come down so much on an administrative error if this was the Epstein case or the Jimmy Savile case? If it was white people? Do you think they would? Because I don't think they would. I think they would have made allowances and tried to get that case as far as it could go. And I think that there would be criminal charges on the back of the evidence that should have been heard. That's what should have been happening. Yeah? That's what should have been happening. You get me? But these people want to strike out my evidence based on administrative technicalities. Please. There's the link, people. Jump on. Have your say. You're not going to get another chance until the fall. I'm absolutely disgusting, Lady Dimples. Lady Dimples says when it comes to court, she says when it comes to court, the truth don't mean shit It's who got the most money, regardless of the seriousness of the case. God ain't sleeping. That is right. You've seen that for yourself. You've seen a fraction of the evidence that we've got on this man. Yeah? Baldry Court and Vassal House, the amount of pitney them that suffer inside there. And only a few of them were brave enough to come and speak to us about it. And he knows what he did. You know, in the hereafter, you're going to burn in the lower depths of hell, along with your brethren, Vincent Rat, because they're all friends, by the way. Yeah? Along with your brethren, Vincent Rat, and the rest of them. You know? Vincent Rat looked like he's got a bad prognosis and he's about to hit the sack. He looks like he's about to go 6 feet. Based on prostate, who knows? Like that's just a very interesting term when he said, you know, before I leave the universe. People don't talk like that unless they think they're going soon, you know. Who is this roach on here? I want to know. I have a feeling it could have been Kevin Tabarros trying to change his name to get back on, but then thought better of it. I don't know. It might not have been. Right, we don't look like we're going to get any takers tonight, people. In which case, am I counting out? I'm going to put it out one more time. I want to know what you guys think of that. What do you guys think of the judicial system? What do you guys think of the fact that we went so far and worked so hard to try and get this thing heard? Because I tell you one thing, if they had heard the evidence, he would have lost the defamation case. And on the back of that, the police would have to bring some sort of criminal charge. In fact, the judge will probably direct it with the level of evidence that we've got. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what he was afraid of. And he's properly like posturing now, thinking that he's won something. You ain't won shit. You knew the evidence was stacked against you. You've come out of it on a technicality. So don't you walk around there trying to tell people that you won no case against me and nobody trying to say that anyone sued me for defamation. The ruling is that your evidence is struck out and there is no case of defamation to answer. We just want to talk about costs and damages to him. Yeah? And I said, see you later. Like, my shit's done. I ain't got no more time with this foolishness. It's rubbish. And then I said to myself, is this fair? Is this actually justice for any victims? They want him called out. They want him exposed. People want to see Wagwan. You understand me? And that sister of his as well. They're all over it together. You know? Thank you, Carol. Miss Carol. Afua, stay strong and get your spiritual rest. I will do, my sister. I'm going to put the link out one more time because you know what? I want Brother Ronnie to jump on. Brother Ronnie, close us down in prayer, my brother, or anybody else that feels they want to close us down in prayer, because like Paula said, it's gonna be a rough ride, buddy. Or actually, Paula didn't say it like that. I'm actually quoting my my beloved teacher. I'm quoting my beloved teacher, Khalid Muhammad. Whenever he used to drop the bombs on them, you know, he used to say, brace yourselves. We're going to be cruising at an altitude of 50,000 feet. This cabin may become depressurized. Buckle up. It's going to be a rough ride, buddy. That's what he used to say. Oh, God, I miss that man. Block who? Block who, Paula? Who is it I'm supposed to be blocking? Oh, someone says they're going to dinner tomorrow at Yasser. Well, you know what? Make sure you tip the waitresses and the waiters because they don't really pay the people them. And we've definitely had testimony about that. And that person was willing to go to court as well. We had witnesses lined up, people that were willing to come and testify. They knew this. They knew this. Oh, is he back? Sab the Roach. What happened? I thought I blocked him. Oh, whatever. Has he actually called himself Roach? Oh, no, we're not better off going to Turtle Bay. Please don't say that. Right now, I've got a family member over from Jamaica who's become a sous chef in Turtle Bay. It's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. And they're using our people now to front it. Or they're actually trying to redo their menu and try to come up to par. So they're recruiting a load of Jamaican chefs at the moment. I think it's needed. Oh, okay. He can stay there in a fake account. Let them stew over their own juices. You know, they've got all summer to do it, people. Brother Ronnie, you there? You ain't gone to sleep, have you? I hope not. I'm going to call, brother. Can anyone else come on? Or I'll close it down in prayer myself. But I would love if one of our members, anyone watching, our resident prayer warrior, brother Ronnie, could come on and shut us down in prayer. Maybe he's trying to join. Give me a minute, people. I'm going to see if he can join. I feel like I've been cussing too much bad word tonight to kind of meet the Holy Spirit, to be fair. So maybe I'm not the best person. I would need to fast and do whatever I'm doing to really lock it off. Give me a moment, people. Right, well, brother looks like he's gone to his bed, more than likely. So I will lock us off in prayer, my brothers and sisters, and I think it's a fitting way in which to go out. It's the way that this campaign, this movement, whatever it's become, started. As I said, when I heard that news, I heard it in the night, and the next day I spent the entire day from sun up to sundown praying on the beach and communing with the spirits and, you know, trying to get my head around it all and see if what I was about to take on was the right thing, because I felt in me that I didn't know it would just get like it was, but I did feel that it was important. It was big, you know, it was a big thing to do, a serious thing to do. Big maybe isn't the word, but serious. And so I knew that I needed to pray for it, pray over it before I made the move. And as I said, it's brought us to where we are now. I'm going to miss you guys too, man. I'm starting to think, oh no, maybe I should just stay. But, oh, okay. Yeah, comments. Come on, people, man. I really want to have a chat before I go with somebody, but never mind. There's the stream. I'm about to lock us down in prayer, my brothers and sisters. I love you guys. His time is up. Solid people. Members, I know you're still there. Some of you have dwindled, but those were only the ones who came for Pastor anyway. Without you guys, I couldn't do it, man. I really couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. And I'm talking like I'm going forever anyway. It's only a couple of months. Look how quick that goes in this crazy world, you know? But yeah, don't let these people off the hook, people. Don't let these people off the hook. I will have a good break. I intend to. And we intend to come back bigger and better and stronger. And if we are going to have a march, and it's looking like I'll be coming back, yeah, around the beginning of September, so that we can start drumming up for that and seeing how it goes. But look out for the bulletins. If you're a member, look out for the new content that's going to be coming to the members' lives. Look out for the members' lounge, and look out for the lives that will invariably come on there as well. And also look out for regular stuff on Instagram. That's still going to be happening. We're still going to be putting up faces. We just won't be talking about them, and probably till in the autumn. If a live is needed on Instagram, if it is that serious, then we probably would go live on Instagram just to illustrate the point. All right. So yes, my people, I'm going to lock off my camera. I'm going to ask everybody to bow their heads in prayer, or to make their rakat or their takbir, or to pour a libation, or to hail up His Imperial Majesty. Whatever it is you do and you feel, I just want you to make an observance and to cover us with your heavenly light round about now, my people, because it's because of you people that we keep on going and that we stay protected. I will never forget the vanguard of prayer that preceded me coming back from Tanzania and landing down into this. I will never forget it. So all your prayer warriors, I know some of you are in here. Yeah, come and pray with me right now. And I'm going to pray in the Hebrew Christian way. Almighty Heavenly Father, Father God, mighty Yahweh, oh Jehovah Elohim, oh El Shaddai, Father God of the universe. Oh, we pray to you in the mighty name of your Son, Yeshua. Oh, we pray to you, oh Father, Lord, dear God, for your heavenly guidance and your protection. We thank you, Father God, for this journey. We thank you. We ask that you descend upon us, your heavenly host of angels. Oh, and you put your archangel before, in front of our footsteps and behind. We ask that you flank us from above, from below, from the left, from the right, the north, the south, the east, and the west, Almighty Father. We ask that you cover each and every one of our heads, every woman that has spoken out on this platform, every brother that has defended their truth on this platform, every listener that comes in spirit and in truth. We ask that you cover us, oh Father, Lord, dear God, because we know that the wolves are at the door, oh God. We know, Father, Lord, dear God, right now, we know that we need your vanguard. We know, though, Father God, that we need to put on your breastplate of righteousness. We know that we need to put on your helmet of truth. We know, Father, Lord, dear God, that we need to make our feet shod with the gospel of your truth, oh Father, Lord, dear God. We ask, Father, Lord, dear God, that you take us, Father God. You take us, Father, Lord, dear God, and you help us, God, even though we are sinners, like you did the 3 wicked boys in the fire, oh Father, Lord, dear God. Cleanse us and redeem us, oh God, wherever we stand, oh Father God. From we are believing in you, oh God. Let us know, Father God, that your presence is near. Vanguard us, Father God, from the likes of Vincent Rat, Tony Clark, Eamon Edwards, Father Lord, dear God, every single wicked doer that we have called out on this platform, Father God. Guard us from their nasty enemies. Guard their victims and the victims' families, oh Father God. Guard their own families who are standing in innocence, oh God. And Father, Lord, dear God, we ask that you cast them down into the pit of hell from whence they came. We ask that you cast them out, Father, Lord, dear God, into the fiery tempest, into the lake of fire, as you have promised, oh Father, Lord, dear God. Satan and his followers, oh Father, Lord, dear God, we ask that you burn them up in the furnace, oh God. Father, Lord, dear God, we stand in your truth. We stand with your honor, oh Father, Lord, dear God. We thank you, Father, Lord, dear God, in your mighty name and in the mighty name of Yeshua the Christ, Almighty God. We believe you, oh Lord. We thank you and we praise and we raise your holy name, God, because there is you and you alone, oh Father, Lord, dear God. We thank you and we praise your holy name. Hallelujah. Amen. And let the church say amen. Then can't trouble we. I'll see you guys in the autumn. And I will definitely be giving you a bulletin, a couple of weeks heads up. We'll be letting you know when we're coming back. We won't just kind of appear. All right. Love you guys. 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 God be with you. Good night, guys. Good night. I almost don't want to go. I'm actually a bit sentimental. Blessed love, people. Blessed love.